The little girl found a big wolf dog staring at her while she was picking up a balloon. As she was about to leave, the owner dropped the leash, and the unleashed wolf dog lunged at her, startling her with fear. A nearby stray dog heard her cries and bravely stood in front of the girl, blocking the aggressive dog from approaching. It was then that the mother took the opportunity to pick up her daughter, and the owner of the aggressive dog finally realized something was wrong and rushed over. He unexpectedly grabbed a stick instead of pulling his dog away. The people around were stunned by this scene, all pulling out their phones to record, yet not one person stepped forward to intervene. Everyone silently became complicit. A nearby man couldn't watch any longer and rushed to intervene. "What are you doing? Don't you see these kids?" The stray dog was finally able to escape, limping away from the scene. It sacrificed its own well-being to assist a girl it didn't know. The video elicited online debates, but was met with indifference from passersby. The Labrador that saved the little girl disappeared after being severely injured by the owner of a large dog, leaving its fate unknown. A concerned netizen commented under the video, claiming to know this dog. They had filmed its silhouette at the dock when it was still in school, and even after graduating, the dog remained there, as if waiting for someone. Ding Dang is not a stray dog. The rescue dog achieved many great deeds and first parted from its owner at this dock. When Yang Chi visited the training base to choose a rescue dog, one dog hid in a corner, unlike the others. Yang Chi recognized that the puppy was special after discovering its mother had died on a mission, causing it to go a week without eating. Moved by its plight, he offered food, and the puppy eagerly ate. Yang Chi chose to adopt the puppy due to their bond. The man's and dog's fates became linked. On the return journey, seeing the dog's fondness for the car bell, Yang Chi named it Ding Dang. Ding Dang was happy with his name, enjoying the scenery and curious about the future. Yang Chi left him midway to visit his ill grandmother at home. Ding Dang, having just lost his mother, must now say goodbye again. Reluctantly, he followed behind Yang Chi. "Ding Dang, you must listen to Captain Zhong's words. I'll be back soon." Ding Dang deeply felt his owner's first departure at the dock, marking it in his heart. But back at the camp, seeing other dogs with their owners, Ding Dong's face was filled with envy. Days passed, and Yang Chi still hadn't returned. Just as he was feeling down in his cage, an orange rolled towards him. It was his cherished and beloved owner. Yang Chi returned early, thinking of Ding Dang and bringing Wushan oranges. Ding Dang demonstrated that Yang Chi's choice was correct through actions. He was intelligent and clever, consistently hitting the target in training. As time passed, Ding Dang excelled in physical assessments, growing up with Yang Chi's support. Ding Dang is unable to join missions due to the psychological trauma of emergencies like fires at rescue sites. Yang Chi took a risk by tying himself next to the fire ring to overcome a barrier. Ding Dong's resolve to save his owner from the approaching flames ultimately triumphed over his fear. He bravely jumped through the fire ring, saving his owner and passing the test. He became a genuine rescue dog. They began their first mission responding to the 8.0 Wenchuan earthquake. The site was in ruins upon arrival. Ding Dang, despite the danger, searched for survivors and found an elderly person under the rubble, alerting Yang Chi. "It's an elderly man. Instead of thanking me, you should really thank the incredible rescue dog that actually found you." The old man was ashamed and repeatedly apologized to Ding Dang, who was confused, not realizing it was on a dog meat restaurant sign. An aftershock hit as they lifted the old man. Ding Dang dashed up the stairs to escape, but the corridor suddenly collapsed, and Yang Chi rushed in to save the dog. At that moment, the stone pillar fell, resulting in an accident. Yang Chi awoke in the hospital, grateful to be alive despite a severe calf injury, while Ding Dang watched him with guilt, feeling that all of this was his fault. "It's all your fault." Yang Chi claimed it was okay, but tears of pain fell. He was more troubled by the looming separation than his leg injury. He was arranged to retire early due to his severe injury. He gave Ding Dang the car's bell as a keepsake before leaving. That night, they bid farewell during training. While Ding Dang remained energetic, Yang Chi realized he couldn't keep pace anymore. He showed his love for Ding Dang by letting go, seeking a better owner. Ding Dang refused to move, knowing a dog recognizes only one master in its lifetime. The dog barked at its master, confused by abandonment. Yang Chi clutched Ding Dang, feeling confused. Ding Dang was sad in the doghouse. Yang Chi feels helpless, but hopes to win back the owner's heart before leaving, finding Ding Dang. She wanted him to see her off, but Ding Dang sulked and walked into her little house. But those who want to leave are hard to keep. Just as Yang Chi was saying his final goodbyes with his comrades, he turned and saw Ding Dang running desperately towards him. Yang Chi instructed him to let go, prompting a reluctant release from Ding Dang. Seeing Ding Dang looking at him so obediently, Yang Chi knew that if he didn't leave now, he would truly be reluctant to part. So, he resolutely got into the car under Ding Dang's watchful gaze. Ding Dang felt panic as she saw her owner preparing to leave and pressed her paws against the car window, begging not to be abandoned. Unable to change the situation, she broke free from her restraint and chased after the car, unaware of the heartache she was feeling. Why didn't Mom return home that day? The owner who provided her security was now abandoning her. The driver asked the dog if it wanted him to stop. Yang Qi shut his eyes and shook his head, too scared to look. Ding Dang only stopped chasing when he was completely exhausted. Ding Dang became unmotivated and uncooperative in training. Ding Dang remained unresponsive while other dogs fetched balls, eventually breaking free from his leash. He spent each day lying on the lawn, missing his owner. He unexpectedly discovered an orange on the ground, dropped by a fruit vendor. Ding Dang recalled that his owner's hometown was famous for oranges, prompting him to sneak out of the military camp in a vehicle. Ding Dang leaped from the vehicle and arrived in an unfamiliar city. He ran through streets and alleys searching for his owner, but found no clues. At night, he unexpectedly met two dog traders, marking Ding Dong's first experience with bad people. Ding Dang fled when she saw the weapons, realizing danger. He got lost and was captured in an alley by two people, then taken to a dog meat restaurant. Ding Dang realized something upon seeing the blood on the ground among captured stray dogs. I yelled loudly and ended up angering the butcher. The stubborn dog prompted him to call for help to take action. Thus, Ding Dang was dragged to the kitchen by two people. One held its neck with pliers while the other picked up a hammer. Ding Dang, terrified and restrained, could only helplessly watch as the hammer approached, but then the man was suddenly called away. His father, an old man saved from the Wenchuan earthquake months earlier, came. He has been rescuing stray dogs, but recently discovered his son is selling dog meat. Kong Air Dog Meat Restaurant will officially be renamed Kong Air Chicken Soup Restaurant. We will exclusively sell chicken and won't harm dogs. Alright. Ultimately, with the old man's help, Ding Dang was adopted by dog lovers, not knowing it was the rescue dog that saved his life. The dog that rescued me was this breed. Standing on the ruins, I saw the rescue dog stepping on the sign of our dog meat shop, still searching for survivors, and I realized I was wrong. I was truly wrong. The dog lover is about to take Ding Dang home, but as they pass a square, Ding Dang suddenly starts barking. The square is where the owner adopted their pet after stopping for water. The dog lover incorrectly believes the dog needs to go out, prompting Ding Dang to jump out of the car. Ding Dang runs off into the distance, excited as familiar scenery surrounds it. By evening, it finally stops, sitting happily at the dock where it first parted from its owner, with bright eyes full of joy. The first farewell between it and its owner. The dock has been waiting since that day, even at night. When hungry, it searches for scraps in the trash and drinks from puddles when thirsty. A university student photographed a lonely figure. The dog is completely still, seemingly waiting for someone. The wait spanned 2 years, from early spring rain to winter snow. It waited at the bustling dock for several years. After graduation, the university student found Ding Dang still waiting and, touched by its loyalty, decided to take the dog home. Ding Dang left immediately, turning down the boy's kindness. She typically waited at the dock until she witnessed the dog about to attack a girl. Despite facing hardships in the past 2 years, she remained committed to her mission as a rescue dog, stepping in without expecting the unfolding scene. A kind-hearted man intervened just as a dog owner was beating Ding Dang near to death, allowing her to escape limping. Yang Qi noticed the lonely figure in a viral video on his phone, but he couldn't believe that it was his Ding Dang. So he called a comrade to confirm. His comrade finally revealed the truth. It turned out that Ding Dang had gone missing 2 years ago, and they still didn't know her whereabouts. After hanging up the phone, Yang Qi asked netizens for the video's location, then located the dock and confirmed it was his Ding Dang. This dog is quite strange. It just sits there for a long time, always looking at the dock, for years now, still waiting. Who could it be waiting for? He looked all day for Ding Dang, but couldn't locate him. Ding Dang was saved by a compassionate father and son who intended to take him to a vet for his serious injuries. Coincidentally, they ran into Yang Qi on a staircase. Despite their proximity, they did not connect. Perhaps sensing his owner's scent, Ding Dang mustered his strength to look at that longed-for figure. Unable to contain his longing any longer, he jumped down despite the pain and limped toward his owner. Yang Qi drove away, oblivious to Ding Dang who was desperately chasing after him. Ding Dang felt a sense of déjà vu during their farewell. Unable to chase after like Yang Qi once did, resigned to her own limitations. Ding Dang quickly followed him, wishing to express his desire to stay by his owner's side.
And finally, after a long struggle, Ding Dang reunites with his owner and live a happy life. The movie ends here. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.